Welcome once again to another wonderful and interesting episode of Campus Snake Africa. And I'm CJAZZYB. And of course, where are we today? Where is Jazzy today? Where is Campus Snake Africa? We're still in Africa. We're right back in West Africa. We are in Nigeria. We're in Ogun State, Nigeria, southwestern state here in Nigeria. And of course, we are at Babcock University. Babcock University is a faith-based university that is right here planted in Nigeria. And I will say to you that I'm so proud to have this kind of university here in Africa and of course here in Nigeria. I mean, this is not an episode for you to miss. This is an episode for you to sit down. Let's travel together on this wonderful journey of Campus Snake Africa. Welcome to Babcock University.
Precisely in 1959, a group of American missionaries started looking around where they can site a college for the training of Africans, and they got to this place. So it all started as a college with 7 students. It's just like a liberal college, patterned after American system of education. And from there it grew to become a seminary in 1975, affiliated with Andrews University in Michigan, the USA. And eventually in 1999, we were one of the 3 private universities chartered by the federal government of Nigeria. And from 1999 to date, we've had wonderful experience in private initiative in education. Primarily, our objective is to train the head, the heart, and the hand. Holistic training of human beings. And we have discovered that in Nigeria today, it's one thing to have the knowledge, it's another thing also to have ability to be able to translate what you know into actual real life impact on the society. So we believe in the cognitive development, we believe in the affective development, we also believe in psychomotor development, such that students that we graduate from here will be not just seeker for employment, but they'll be able to create jobs, they'll be able to use their hands to be able to impact the society positively.
So how much of that have you been able to accomplish with your goals and objectives?
You need to go to the world of work. Our graduates are making tremendous impact in the society today, because if you go to our campus here, you'll find that we have a big entrepreneurial center whereby it's mandatory for all our students to be able to use their hands, to be able to even touch the soil. That's why it's mandatory for all our students to be able to take agriculture as one of the general courses. And therefore, our students, the dexterity on the laptop, irrespective of the program you are in, you have to. So we collaborated with New Horizon Group that teach them, so that irrespective of whether you are in the arts-based program or wherever you find yourself, you must be able to at least do something that will make you to be employer of labor rather than just looking for labor. Our word should be abundant whenever they resume for their studies there during the matriculation exercise. We always tell them at the matriculation day that this is the exact date which you graduate, and we have never missed a day since 1999. So those are some of the values we try to inculcate: respect for human life. I will not expect my students to molest other students, to be involved in examination malpractice, to cheat on the other people, because I believe that we all have our value. God has given each and every one of us value, and we need to respect one another. So ability to be able to live together, whether you are from the north, from the south, from the west, to respect each other's opinion. That's why even here, despite the fact it's a faith-based institution, we have respect for each religion. By 1 o'clock on Friday, we are closed for the week, so as to give room for our brothers and sisters that are of Islam to be able to go for Jumat. And during the Ramadan time, our cafeteria, we provide some food for them to break their fast, because we believe that we should live and let others live, respect people's opinion. So those are the values we inculcate in our students, so that they will be better off when they go out of this place.
So that means that the school is not strictly for people, children or what from Christian homes.
Absolutely no. We have people from diverse background here, religious background, and we accept them. But we, nevertheless, we want to stand by what we believe, but we allow them also to live and respect them for what they believe. Yes.
So, sir, there's so much development and research and like a whole lot of progress going on presently in Babcock University from our observation ever since we got on campus. Where do you see this university in another 5-10 years? What's the projection?
In fact, we want this place to be known as a digital university. That's why we are collaborating with a partner now, where we will have all over our campus a fiber optics laid so that we can have Wi-Fi all over the campus, because we believe that we have reached an age now whereby if you are not really subscribed to sophisticated IT, you will not be able to go anywhere in research. We want this to drive our research in such a way that if any researcher wants to get publication of yesterday, they will be able to get it, because we want everybody to be able to have access to current information, which we really inform research. So digital university with the sole purpose of driving research and making us to be able to achieve a lot of groundbreaking research in our world. Yeah.
Wow. So, lastly, I want you to, what makes a student of Babcock University stand out or outstanding when he or she graduates from here in the global market? What makes that person outstanding?
Yeah, it's because of the culture of excellence that if you look at the core value of Babcock, we emphasize excellence. So everything you do, put your heart, put your mind into it, and make sure you get the best out of everything. And we want to thank God that our students have not let us down. Just in the last November diet of ICANN, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, we had about 38 of our students, and those that are just recently graduated, they were chartered. We are looking forward for a time when our students will dominate the accounting firms in not only in Nigeria but all over Africa. We have a collaboration with ACCA London. We had 8 exemptions from ACCA London, whereby our students will be able to, by the time they graduate from here, get qualified for ACCA London. And that's just accounting, not to talk of area of medicine, where we have our students going to India for clinical rotation, so that they are not just local champion, but they will be able to add value by their international exposure, and many other things we do to add value to our students, so that when they go out, they will be forced to reckon with in the society.
By what you just said now about the School of Medicine, I can realize or heard that you have 2 School of Medicine. One is Benjamin Carson. Yes, can you talk about that, sir?
Yes, the Benjamin Carson Senior School of Medicine is named after Benjamin Carson Senior in the US, and we are trying to model our students to be able to really stand out and be able to be counted in the world of work. As I said earlier on, that's why we are pushing it beyond even here, whereby our students, the first set will be leaving for India very soon, so that they will be able to have clinical exposure on tropical diseases, and the international exposure will place them on a vantage ground to be able to compete globally. We've also partnered with the Tri-State Cardiovascular Institute in Delaware in the USA, and within a matter of a year plus now, we've had over 100 open heart surgery done within the center here in Babcock University. So we believe that medicine is a signature program here, and we are ready to invest in not only manpower but resources to drive this, so that the number one core value of Babcock, excellence, will be achieved in medical training.
I'm Andrea Eben. I'm German, working for the Ghana Skills Development Initiative, and you are watching Campus Sneak Africa. Keep on watching.
My name is Janet Burmester. I am greeting you from Ghana, Africa. I'm German, but I'm living in Accra since. I'm a fan of Campus Sneak Africa. Keep on watching.
Hello, my name is Elliot Leonard. I'm from the northeast of England and we're here in Nairobi. You are watching Compass Sneak Africa. Keep watching.
I'm Ollie, I'm from Germany and I'm visiting Kenya, and you're watching Campus Sneak Africa. Keep on watching. See you soon.
Now let me just give you some highlights of what Babcock has been able to do for education in this country. We started a medical school not too long ago, and for the first time we were able to graduate our students at record time. They didn't miss one day, and this is something no new medical school has done in this country for the past 20 years. And it will interest you to know that the first two sets of students we passed out in the medical school all had 100%. They said, in the law school, for the past 2-3 years now, we've had the overall best results in the country. They said, and Babcock, we are known for accounting, for computer. Last year, we had over 50 of our students that passed the ICANN exam for the first time to become chartered accountants. No other school has ever been able to do that. You see it. Now, we are also, we've won awards. The awards, brand awards, issued at Kensington Palace in London. For 3 years consistently, Babcock has won that award. In 2011-12, we were voted by the African Students Association as the best private school, private university in Africa. Wow. That's it. We got that award for 2 years. And why is this so? We are very serious with what we're doing here. We monitor our students, we make sure that they attend classes, we monitor our teachers, we must make sure that they attend classes, and students also rate their teachers. So if a teacher is not doing well, we call the teacher and say, my friend, this is their rating, what do you say about this? And when they now tell us what their problems are, we have what they call Office of Institutional Effectiveness. Now, this office makes sure that we do things effectively in this university. They will call the person, brush the person up, where the person has some shortfalls, we try to make that up and make that person a better teacher. We don't drive people because of not, but we try to encourage them, try to build them up so that they can do very well. You see. Now, also, we make sure that our students study very well. You know, at Babcock here, if we move around, you will see that we've made the environment very conducive for reading. It's very excellent. In fact, now we have light 24/7 in the country. In this university, we have no blackouts, as you find in other places. We have our own power generating plant that gives us light 24/7. We have water 24/7. So with this, the students feel relaxed and we make sure they feed well. We have a good catering system that feeds the students. So when you are fed well, you have a congenial environment, and the teachers are friendly, it's a faith-based institution, we make sure they relate to the students well. And so they take their work very seriously. From 7 a.m., lectures have started up to 5-6 p.m. You see it. So it's anybody that comes here knows he has come here for serious business, and it shows in the output. Not just that alone. We strive to give them the best equipment available. You see it. If you go to our labs, they are well-equipped labs. We try to get them hands-on, and so on and so forth. So that has actually propelled our institution to the height, which we have reached now. Everybody is serious. The teachers take their work very seriously, and with that, we are, and God on our side. He said, God helping us. So because the God factor must be there. With God helping us, we are doing very well.
Over the years, since Babcock has been turning out students into the market world, how would you say that Babcock students are standing out from the rest of them?
Well, let me just give you a scenario, a simple one. Some years back, just about 3-4 years back, the national NNPC, Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, organized an interview for graduates, and out of 12 positions that were to be filled, Babcock had more than about 9 or 10 of them. So it became a problem for them. They said, we can't take all from Babcock, you see it. But they said, these students have done very well. You go to accounting firms, the top accounting firms, our students are doing very well there. You go to computer firms, they are doing well. In fact, the corporate pay platform we are using to pay our salaries for our workers was developed by one of our students. Yes, you see it. That will tell you the kind of people we have. And they are everywhere, they are making waves. You see it. When, as part of accreditation, NUC will want to see the employer's rating of our products, and they're overwhelmed by the kind of reports they get. Our students are doing very well outside, and we're really very proud of them. We have 9 schools. The 9 schools we have medicine, nursing, public health. These 3 are in the College of Medicine, which I oversee as the provost, but they have their own deans too. Then we have School of Management Sciences, Veronica Adeleke School of Social Sciences. We have Computing and Engineering Sciences. We have School of Law, which is our flagship on the other side of the campus. We also have School of Science and Technology, where you have Agric. Our Agric department is doing very well. We have large poultry farms. We have other arable farms. We have even animal husbandry farms, which they are producing what we are using to feed our students here. Wow. We have about 9,000 students on campus in residence. You said we feed over 8,000 mouths every day, 3 times a day. And our Agric department is producing the vegetables they use, the eggs they use, and some other things there. He said, then we have basic sciences, we have microbiology. These are the schools we have. And then we have over 40 departments in these schools. Then we have a college of postgraduate studies. Now, amongst these ones, they are all doing their best, doing very well. But we have some high-flying, schools. We have the School of Management Sciences, where we have the accounting department. You see, we have our business admin there. Then you have the computer school. Computer students are something else. Then, then we have, the School of Nursing. You see, our School of Nursing is a flagship School of Nursing in the country. The last exam they did, we had 98.2 or 3%, from external exam. It's totally unheard of, is it? So that will tell you what the kind of things our students are doing in this place. We also, the School of Medicine I mentioned, public health, the same thing. In fact, we started public health at BSc level in this country. Wow. Yes. It's the program we developed here that other schools are using for their public health programs. We developed it here. at Babcock University.
Hi, my name is Wale Sawe and I'm an event and brand strategist, the way I call myself. But I run an event hostesses and ushering thing. Just keep watching Campus Sneak Africa. This is only a program I know when you listen to, you're going to be motivated. Keep watching Campus Sneak Africa.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite boy, Kento the Zio, Kenzo, aka the Jabata Kunaiki Arambada Master, aka Titikeke, and you're watching me live on Campus Sneak Africa. Don't touch it, don't go nowhere, and keep supporting the brand Campus Sneak Africa and Kenzo. I love you all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ayola Oluwatosin Aziz. I'm the creative director for Olympic Studios International. Keep watching Campus Sneak Africa. Thank you.
Alright, my name is Don T. And guess what? You're watching Campus Sneak Africa. Campus Sneak Africa. The best show in the world! Now don't touch that dial. Now they don't ask you who said so. You just tell them. Don T said so. You're heard.
Hi, my name is Ada Wankwo. I'm a student of the University of Ibadan, 500 level, studying communications and language arts. I'm the CEO, Treswell Enterprises. I'm a Unilever ambassador. I make liquid soap, popularly called the Soap Girl. This is Campus Sneak Africa. Keep watching.
You are on to Campus Sneak Africa. Basically, Campus Sneak Africa is communicating with students in different universities in Africa, making them understand their dreams and how to communicate with people. My name is Abraham King Abe. Well, I'm the SRC President, Student Representative Council, also the President of Motive, Motivation to Inspire Change. So I want to tell you, keep watching, stay tuned. You're watching Campus Sneak Africa.
Hospital, what we call Babcock University Teaching Hospital. There is it's a young hospital. It's about 6 years old, but it's making waves. And we are collaborating with Tri-State Cardiovascular Associates. They are from Delaware, USA. We have a state-of-the-art cardiac center in the hospital there, where we do open heart surgery. In fact, that's the only operational open heart surgery unit we have in the country. Others, they have medical missions. Perhaps some cardiac surgeons come to collaborate with them, do some surgeries, and then just like a hit and run thing, and they just go. But our own is a resident cardiac program we have in the country, and we have done over 100 open heart surgeries, in our center, and the results have been very, very good. So these are some of the programs we are doing at Babcock University here.
I'm a heart surgeon. I work at the Tri-State Heart and Vascular Center, where we're seated now at Babcock University. So this center was established in 2015, October 2015, when our group, which is Tri-State Cardiovascular Associates, came into an agreement with Babcock University, where they provided the infrastructure for us, and we are the technical partners, where we do the surgeries we do variety of adult and pediatric open heart surgeries.
So far, between 2015 and now, what has happened? What are the feats that has been accomplished here?
Well, our aim was to try and provide the service routinely here in Nigeria. Until we started, there's a few centers that do surgery, but they are usually missions based. So teams come from outside the country, and they kind of gather a few kids or adults for them, and they do surgery. So when there are emergencies, nothing can be done, and they also pick and choose the surgeries that they do. They do the really easy surgeries because they don't want to have any bad results, and they have a lot of people to choose from. So the same sick people get left over year after year. So we're the first group to be available 24/7, 365 days a year. We have a complete team, indigenous team. And we try to do our best. Our team has done about 116. We've done surgeries that haven't been done before, that because they're more high risk. Our aim is for there to be a decrease in medical tourism, where people have to go outside the country to get help, and some people cannot go because of so many. Some people can afford to go and are even too sick to go, and so that's our aim. We've gotten to the point that there are actually a few corporations, even some government corporations within the country, that would consult with us first and see if this can be done here before they send people out. So we have equipment for open heart surgery, for cardiac catheterizations, for what we call PCIs, percutaneous coronary interventions, so putting stents in the heart, and
like this opportunity of having Tri-State present here on Babcock campus, what impact does it have on the students, like the medical students?
I think it has a lot of educational benefit for the students in the university, not only the medical but the nursing students as well, because intensive care in a heart center has to be at its best. So even people that are qualified nurses and doctors like to work with us because they can learn and see things that they will otherwise not have seen. So yes, it's of great benefit to the students.
We were told that the students of Babcock University, like the first set of the medical students, had like 100% all round in their exams. How can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I think Babcock University, started their medical school. The first set graduated 2 years ago. It was pretty much about the time we got here, yes, and they had actually spent some of their clinical postings, outside of the country. But when we got here, some of those, like the cardiothoracic, they're able to do with us, give them lectures, and they come have rotations. We have teachings on the patients, and I think it's an eye-opener and useful to them. I really think so. It's for me, it's a dream fulfilled. I train as a cardiac surgeon in the US, and from day one, I went to medical school in Nigeria. When I left to go for my postgraduate training in surgery, I felt like I was supposed to come back to Nigeria. And then, when it was time to come back, I came back without really having, I just felt, well, just go back. And then tried, in the public sector before getting to the private sector, and then this opportunity came up, and I think it's just God sent, and it makes me feel very fulfilled, to make a difference.
This is a faith-based university. What impact does that have with what you are doing? How has it helped what you are doing?
I think tremendously, because I think especially in medicine, and especially in medicine in Nigeria, I believe that faith has to do with what we do, because it has to do with health and liveliness, and of course knowledge is very important, but just knowing that you're doing your best, and sometimes when you see someone suffering, just to know that God loves them, and you have all the support. A lot of times we we pray with some of our patients, if they want to, we invite the pastors, and so we kind of walk. I think it works hand in hand, so I really think so.
My name is Akin Omilashion.
Okay, are you a student of Babcock?
Yeah, I'm a student of Babcock.
What course are you reading?
I'm a 400 level nursing student.
Wow, 400 level nursing student. Please, why did you choose nursing first?
Okay, now because I like to care for the sick and the well-being. Yeah.
When are you finishing?
Sometimes next year.
That's like a 500 level, 5-year course, right?
Yes.
So how's the experience been like as a student of this?
Well, it's not been easy. Late nights, early mornings, 7 o'clock classes. But we thank God we've been pushing it.
So, now, what's your big dream when you're done from school?
Wow, I want to. I really want to be a bedside nurse, as to say. I want to work under UNICEF or somewhere bigger.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how has Babcock prepared you for that place?
Yeah, Babcock has done a whole lot of things. We thank our lecturers; they've been doing great, and the environment is conducive for our easy learning. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll rate my lecturers 9/10. They are good people. They educate us and they tell us the basics and of what we need to know, and so it's been wonderful.
So what happens at the School of Nursing for someone that just wants to come into school and person is dreaming to be where you are someday? What happens at the School of Nursing?
Okay, School of Nursing, you have to be focused, you have to be disciplined, you have to be straightforward, you have to, so many things involved. In fact, you have to forget about your social lifestyle, because there's no time. You have to keep reading day and night. Yes.
So what's social life like on Babcock campus?
Well, on the scale of, as a nursing student, our social life is about 5 or 4 thereabouts. You prioritize. You know what you want to do, so you have to know what's up with what you have to do. If you want social life, there is, and if you want to achieve academic excellence, there is.
On this campus?
Yes, on this campus. Yes.
So what about spiritual life? What would you say?
Yes, our spiritual life is about 10. Yes, you have to. You put God before everything. Because after God, then is God again.
After God, then there is God again.
Yeah, after God, there is God.
I'm Toby.
Toby, how are you doing? You're a student of this school?
Yes.
What course are you reading?
Medicine and surgery.
Wow, how long have you been here?
I'm here for 4 years.
4 years. Are you in your final year?
No.
How many years is medicine and surgery?
6 years.
6 years, so you are getting ready to go.
Yeah.
So what would you say about the last 4 years of you being here at Babcock University? What has the experience been like? What has the teaching been like? What have you gathered?
Well, so far, I've actually been able to gain a lot because the type of education they're giving us is like an holistic education. That's education plus religious studies and all that. So I've learned a few things that I wouldn't have learned if I was in let's say normal school. Maybe they don't have this type of. So, but that's basically what's unique about this school.
My name is Aziz Oluwatoyin Adiola.
Okay, so are you studying in Babcock?
Yes.
What are you studying here?
Nursing science.
What level are you?
400 level.
What has the experience been like?
Man, it has not been easy. It has not been easy going for classes 7 to 6 every day, coupled with compulsory worship, going for seminars, going for extra classes and going for clinicals and everything. It has not been easy. We have spiritual week every semester where we go to the stadium, we hear the word of God and all that. So there's no way you won't be spiritual. You will love God, even if you don't worship God on enough. You will love God once you get to Babcock University.
I just like the whole setting of the whole private university, whereby like you have it's more of a closed setting, and then I just like the whole fact that here in Babcock University, like you can actually have better relationship with your lecturers, other students, and it's more of a closed setting, so like a bit limits you what you want to do. Considering what career I'm trying to pursue, yeah, it's what I needed, so I just chose Babcock University. The education standard has been okay, honestly, because there are a lot of things we learn here. We don't just learn only schoolwork, we actually learn, because it's holistic education. We learn spiritual life and all that, and they try to impact your life in different ways, spiritual and actually your own education, and that's a big factor for me. So coming through the ranks for the past 4 years has been a tough experience. The weather is not so fantastic here in part of the state, but it's been good so far.
So what's your big dream when you're out of here?
I like to work as a medical practitioner, so already participated in my career pursuit, but also I'm someone who likes entrepreneurship. So I like to actually like own my own hospital and find a way of making like more economic value to myself and people around me through medicine. It's not been so long the medical school was established here, but we're doing so well because we have some equipment here that people from other places come to make use of. We have a heart facility, we have the Tri-State Heart Cardiovascular Center. We also have a lot of procedures, endoscopy and all that done in the center. So I think facility-wise, are doing very well.
What about your relationship with your lecturers? What about the standard of the lecturers, the teaching standard? What do you have to say?
Considering the fact that I have other friends in that university and I know the complaints they have with the lecturers, they're not really approachable. Like, that's like private public university, they're not really approachable. But here in Babcock, I feel every lecturer is someone you can actually walk up to and just have a conversation with. Even if you have any spiritual problem, you have any educational problem, they're always willing to listen to you and like try to find a solution for your problem. So here, relationship with staffs and teachers actually is quite impressive.
So what's the spiritual life like? Your spiritual atmosphere with students and everybody?
Babcock is really doing quite a lot of things here because spiritually they're trying to like impact in everyone's life, and a lot of people don't really like the fact that they have to go for service almost every time during the week. But I feel it has a role to play, us being like human beings and us being like mature adults and impacting our society. So we have to have a spiritual life too, because I don't think there's anything you can do without God. So.
Babcock. Let's put it simply this way. I love this institution. There are many reasons why I love Babcock. I am a professor of the University of Ibadan, and I retired from the University of Ibadan. And I worked in the United Nations for 20 years, and on my retirement, I was approached by mutual friends who wanted a clinical pharmacologist in Babcock, and I offered my services. And wow, it's been very good. The first thing about Babcock is that it is a visionary hospital. Babcock believes that they can do everything. Let us put it this way: they're in public-private partnership, and that public-private partnership has allowed them to establish some interesting things. Like, for instance, we have a very huge
cardiac suits where people are brought in for angioplasty, for corrective surgery, etc. And I do know that last year this hospital also did renal transplant, the first of its type in this environment. So I will describe Babcock as an entrepreneurial university, a new entrepreneurial university, where there is accountability for time, accountability for work, accountability for what you do, and there is remuneration for what you do. All right, you are going to think that the people in Babcock earn a lot of money. It is not true. It is just that the conditions of service make us love the place. I just love Babcock. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. And then they involve the staff in a lot of the things that they do. Like, for instance, they want to do a renal transplant. They've involved everybody across the board. And you see us praying for the success, supporting them for the success. I love it.
Okay, my name is Akiwumi Olasho, 400 level nursing student of Babcock University. This is Campus SNCC Africa. Watch and learn. Bye.
My name is Aziz Oluwatoyin Adiola, 400 level nursing student of Babcock University. Stay tuned to Campus SNCC Africa.
Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Sanusi, Tri-State Heart and Vascular Center, Babcock University, Nigeria. You're watching Campus SNCC Africa. Great program, and I encourage you to watch it and invite your friends to watch it as well. Thank you.
My name is Odunaike Olubatobi. I'm a medical student, 400 level. I had fun with Campus SNCC Africa. Stay tuned.
My name is Ongza Chidera. I'm a 400 level medical student of Babcock University. Thank you, Campus SNCC Africa, for featuring me, and keep watching and stay tuned.
Any university worth its salt has threefold mandates that involves teaching, research, and community service. And the way I listed it, you'll see that research is at the center, because research will impact your teaching. If you are not current, you cannot deliver very well in terms of teaching. And then community service, you need to look around and see the problems around you, around your community, and through research be able to impact or bring a solution to those problems. So Babcock University is taking research very seriously. When we started, because of the initial teaching problems, we were more of a teaching university. But within the past 10 years, we've done a lot in terms of research. Every academic staff is mandated to carry out research, because without it, you cannot get your promotion. So every academic staff is involved in research. We also involve our students. The final year students will have to take up a research project. The master's and PhD students also take up research projects. And then we have independent researchers as well. We publish some of our findings in research journals. And then this is needed or required when you need promotion. You have to present it. So that keeps everybody on his or her toes. our lecturers have won grants in various from various donors, like the IFS, International Foundation of Science. We have one of our lecturers, Dr. Ezekiel, that just won a grant for equipment, research equipment, laboratory equipment. And also we have one of our lecturers right now in Yale University, also in fellowship, research fellowship. Another one is in Belgium, Dr. Lale. She won about £85,000 or thereabout for research and development. So, and then we also have our inaugural lectures. Every professor is mandated to present an inaugural lecture, and during the presentation you bring to fore all your contribution to knowledge, and then you give a message to the world in your discipline. So that's done almost every month. So far we've had about 20 inaugural lectures. We started within the last 2 years. So because we have it every month. Then we organize research fairs every end of session. That gives an opportunity to our researchers, lecturers, students to exhibit their research products. We make it a big affair where we also present prizes to winners. We participate in national and international research fairs. And then BU also has a BU research grant that is given to researchers. At the beginning of the semester, or the school year, we request, we send out a call for proposal. That's to invite proposals from our lecturers. We review them, and based on the impact, we give out funds to our researchers. This year now we're going to give about 14 million out to our researchers. That's just to encourage them to be involved in research. So it's been interesting. Besides that, we're also encouraging innovation. You know, I said the office is Office of Research, Innovation and International Cooperation. So far we have about between 27 and 30 applications for patents, which we have sent to the national office in Abuja, just to register innovations from Babcock University. Then we link up with foreign organizations, universities, so that we can collaborate, where we have staff-student exchange, and then collaborations in research. That's what we're doing.
What are the leading researches that you have presently?
Okay, let me talk about the ADRA-funded research. This has to do with a biofertilizer, which we have introduced to women farmers around us. We developed a biofertilizer from fungus and poultry manure integrated together, and we have carried out our research. We have come up with the findings that it compares favorably well with inorganic fertilizer like NPK. And we've introduced that to women farmers who plant vegetables, ugu to be specific, and they are embracing it. In fact, they prefer it to the inorganic fertilizer, because for the inorganic fertilizer, the shelf life of the vegetables harvested is very low, whereas when you make use of this biofertilizer, your vegetables after you have harvested can stay for a long time. We have some of us working on different herbs to see how they can be used as medicine. Some of the local herbs in Nigeria, some of the natural products. They have been trying to see the anti-cancer effect, some anti-epilepsy, various kinds of research in that area. So those are some of the things going on. Our students are also developing generators, like the Enactus group. They are developing a generator that will work on water, that will run on water. It's the hydrogen in water. They are still on it, but they will perfect it.
What's the importance of research to first and foremost a university and then to the world at large? Because some people don't take this seriously, even as a nation, and that's why there's so much setback. So I want you to expand on it.
Let me begin by saying that without research, there cannot be development. Why do we go into research? Is to fill a gap in knowledge. Knowledge is cumulative, but as you go on along the line, you discover that there are some missing gaps. So research is done to fill in those gaps. And also, research can be carried out to solve problems. We have a lot of problems around us. If you are a researcher, you have to be very observant. If looking around, you see a lot of waste. In Nigeria, for example, we have a lot of this plastic all over the place. Plastic is not biodegradable. So a researcher can go into what else can we do with this plastic so that you minimize pollution and also bring new products that will, serve a particular purpose to the community. So when you look at countries like China, they are growing rapidly in terms of technology. It's because they take research very seriously. Even India, many of our citizens in Nigeria run to India for medical help. It's because they have done a lot of research into some of these diseases and they have come up with technology for diagnosis and all sorts. So when you go into research, you have to solve the problem within your locality and which can also be applied internationally. And you're also filling a gap in knowledge, coming up with new theories, new principles that can be applied later. You realize that research cannot be done in isolation. And no matter how big a university is, you may not have all the facilities required. You may not even have all the brains required. So when you have collaborations where there is deficit, you can come together and then come up with cutting-edge research. So for example, if there are equipment or facilities that are not available here or even in Nigeria, and as a researcher, I need to make use of those facilities. If we have collaboration with another university abroad, I can go there for my bench work. We can do what we call joint application for grants. Today, people talk about interdisciplinary research. So it's not just your narrow field. If you want to carry out research that will make great impact, you need to bring other disciplines into fore so that you all work together and then the impact will be greater than when just one person sits down and comes up with a research proposal.
What makes your research, innovation and international cooperation of Babcock University, what makes it make the university stand out from every other university around the world?
Well, as I said, research is one of the mandates. And if you just leave it to everyone to do whatever you like, the issue is, yes, everybody will be working, but where there is no focus, the impact will not be much. So what makes this office unique is the fact that we coordinate the activities and we have a research theme for the university, which we renew every time. So as you key into the theme, we support your research with funding, and we also link you up with funders. We link you up with contacts that can also support your research.